spectacular night of motorsports. It is USG night here at the Speedbowl. So at this time, we'd like to ask you all to please rise. And gentlemen, please remove your hats. We are delighted to have with us today to perform the national anthem, Heather Hoffman of Plainfield, Connecticut. And now, to honor the greatest country in the world, here is our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Heather Hoffman of Plainfield, Connecticut, performing our national anthem. So now we're getting ready to turn the key on what should be a breathtaking night of motorsports at the Waterford Speedbowl. A lot going on USG night. And to tell you about it, let's go to Mark Fish.
Thanks a lot, Matt, and terrific job by Heather Hoffman coming out here and doing the national anthem tonight. I want to thank her for pit crew for a super modified racer for a couple years, and that's where we cut our teeth. There's people like Jimmy Champagne, Bentley Warren, Nolan Swift, people like that, legends in super modified racing there each and every Saturday. Right now they're coming out of turn number 4, and it looks like Billy Dunn's looking them over. Lights are off. They're going to go to green flag racing. 7 going on the outside move around 7. First time she's ever driven this
tries to track down our leader, Justin the third, his grandfather, the legendary still maintaining a healthy advantage.
Fiore in the number 8 headed into the wins on top. Let's keep the car in the corners, actually pushes it down.
And the lead is just about to as Bobby Santos continues to be in the neighborhood in a good battle. Michael Valdesa trying to hold off Erica Santos, who are trying to get to the outside. Valdesa had that spot covered.
As you can see, Erica Santos, there they go, ladies and gentlemen. Would you like to see him back here again? A lot of applause. We're going to talk to Howie and the folks at the International Super Modified Association.
Well, if you see Ford out of action, you can just imagine what the excitement and what the noise and what the ground is going to feel like if we had a full field with 18 or 20.
We'll go green next time. Matt O'Brien in the 16. And Adam Cantor in the 7 New York will bring him around for 25 laps. The NEMA Series 2004. Pole shot from the outside pole, leaps to the lead, and now Bobby Santos gets the lead on the outside of O'Brien. Santos goes to second, but here comes Noki from Morrow, driving on the outside of Santos. Valero in the number 2, trying to chase down Adam Cantor. Cantor the leader. Valero is second. Santos is third, racing around. Just at the halfway mark of the 25-lap feature for the NEMA Division. Now we'll see what the brake does. This caution as we close up the field. Adam Cantor, 45, and Mark Bonomo, a good run in the number 47. So the front 3 rows just halfway through the NEMA 25-lap main event. Green is out. Cantor gets the jump. Yellow is out. We got a big pile up in turn 1. John Dolan is up there. Michael Jow in the 33. Appears to be the number 22. With Doug Cleveland as well. They
Into turn
1 there, and I had a half a car length underneath that orange 15, and he cut down right on top of me. I guess he doesn't have any peripheral vision. But I'd like to thank our sponsors, Working and Helping Hands Across America for supporting the club, and thanks my dad for all the work he does.
How much damage on your race car?
Looks like a flat tire. The wing is gone, and hopefully the axle's not bent, but we'll fix it and we'll be back in business.
That's the words from Matt O'Brien, the driver of car number 16.
All right, thank you, Gary, as we get set to go back. Green flag racing. Still only halfway through the NEMA feature. The green is out. Another great start for Adam Cantor. And meanwhile, Bobby Santos in deep into turn 1 on that number 29. He knows he's got to get by again. Just powers into the turn. Look at Santos out in front. Now, Adam Cantor's got his hands full with Noki Valero. Noki knows that he's going to have to go chase down Bobby Santos if he has any hope of winning this main event. Adam Cantor's got his hands full. Noki Valero down wheels in the dirt. Going as low as you can go in the turn. Down underneath Cantor. Cantor pulls him off his pedal. This time, Noki's able to beat him into the turn, and he takes over second spot. Spot number 2. But he's got some real estate to try and catch Bobby Seymour. Well, he'll get a shot at it because we're under yellow once again. Doug Cleveland is around in the 3rd and 4th turn in the Schlats number 22. And we got another caution with only 9 laps left. Well, you see what has made Bobby Santos III the driving sensation that he is on the move that he made on the inside to take that lead. Meanwhile, we'll go to the infield once again. Gary Danko is standing by down there.
Well, I'm with Tom Spade, the driver of car number 33. A lot of damage on that race car. He's busy trying to work on the front of this race car. Tom, first of all, are you okay? Tim Heath out of the event, back upstairs.
All right, Gary, thanks. A tough break for Tim Heath, the point leader coming into the night. He finished 2nd and 1st, and now he'll have a DNF on that record. So this will shake up the points quite a bit with Tim Heath and Ben Seitz out of the action. Gonna go green next time. Bobby Santos, bit of the restart psych out going on there as he got Noki Fenora alongside. Here they come. Green is out. Santos has the advantage at the green. Leads him down into turn 1. Now he'll try to run away and hide as Fenora runs in the 2nd spot. Mark Bonomo is up to 3rd. Adam Cantor drift back, and just as we predicted, he may have used up too much of that car, fending off those guys early on as he continues to get drop kicked back a few more spots. While Joey Payne is up to the 4th spot in number 45. Randy Brown is 5th. And Cantor all the way back to 6th now in the 7th. Laps are winding down. 6 to go. The NEMA feature. Looks like there'll be no catching Bobby Santos. Santos just flying around here with Fenaro in 2nd, Bonomo in 3rd. Joey Payne with a good run in 4th. Up to this point, Joey Payne's been looking for some good luck. There's 17th and a 6th, and look out, Paul Wallace out of turn 4. Looks like he might have blown it up. Paul Wallace in the number 6 comes to rest just under the starter stand. He's okay. Moving around inside the car, but he took a wild ride there right on the front strip. Safety crew there immediately to assist the veteran driver, Paul Wallace from Westboro, Massachusetts. We mentioned that Wallace had a historic run here at Waterford in the past. As he won a race here back in 2001 in what was probably the quickest 25-lap feature for the NEMA midgets ever. They did it around here in about 6.5 minutes. If you blink, you missed half the feature. So we'll do it again, but the laps have certainly wound down. Scoreboard shows 4 to go. And Santos still on the point. Keeping the cars down low out of any of the fluid that might have been dropped by Paul Wallace's machine. And another one to go on the hooks. Unusual situation, I might add, for the NEMA Midget. That's the words from Adam Cantor. Thank you, Gary. The word up here is green flag, and we're back underway as Bobby Santos III goes back to the lead, and a comfortable one at that. He's got a few more circuits to take it to victory lane. Noki Fernaro is second. Mark Fernaro is third. Joey Payne is fourth. Randy Cabral is fifth. Good run for Ed Walt, who is sixth in the 44, seventh to 50 of Pete Pernicinglio. 2 laps to go. 2 more times left. Last chance for anybody to make a move as they come to the white flag this time. Santos continues to pull away from Noki Fernaro. And a good battle for the 4th spot now. Joey Payne and Randy Cabral side by side to the 1st and 2nd turn. They'll race all the way to the finish. Santos will win. Fernaro 2nd. Bonomo 3rd. Joey Payne finishes 4th, followed by Randy Cabral. Then Ed Brault, Pete Pernicinglio, Rich Derby, and Tim Bertrand. That's the way they run in the 25-lap main event for the NEMA Midgets. Congratulations to Bobby Santos III. We mentioned Bobby not the full-time driver in 2004, that number 29, because he's busy behind the wheel of some other machinery, like a super modified, one of Howie Lane's cars, which you saw out here, and also a modified as well. And when he's not driving it, Sister Erica will jump in there, or the car owner Bobby Seymour takes over the wheel. But there's your front 3, and we'll be talking to them in victory lane. Bobby Santos, Noki Fernaro, and Mark Bonomo. As they get on strap, we'll go down to Matt, and he'll grab some of them as they climb out of the car, and we'll meet you down there.
Okay, thank you, Pete. As we are here at Victory Lane, ready to talk to our winner, Bobby Santos III, as he was a winner a couple years back in the Boston Louis, and a great run here. And Bobby, you really flew after one of those restarts, and then you never looked back after that. What was the story on that restart?
This car just loves it. When the longer the race goes, the better it gets, and just restarts are great for me. And I just love the long races. Just it works out good for this car. The other guys give up, and this car.
Now, with all the cars that you drive in all the divisions, how do you find time to stay comfortable and to stay on top of your game in this midget?
Just practice, keep running, and just having fun doing it. I love it. I gotta thank my sister Erica. She suffered a lot for me in racing, and just gonna say the Hawk Autocraft is the best combination in NEMA, and just you can't beat it.
Okay, that's a story here for Victory Lane, and our winner of tonight's 25-lap NEMA feature, Bobby Santos III. As let's head back upstairs.
Thanks a lot, Matt, and great win for Bobby Santos. We've seen him do it here before in the NEMA Midgets, and just a very impressive run for him. A race, obviously, with a few caution flags, but once those cars get going, they're amazing to watch, and we always look forward to having
Turns 1 and 2 or 3 and 4?
It was pretty good all over. I really didn't have preferable corners tight. Yellows helped out, and we just had to come from so far back, used a little of the tire up, getting up to the front. So I'm happy with the 3rd place finish.
That's Mark Bonomo. He finishes 3rd, guys.
Thanks a lot, Gary, and we're under green flag racing conditions right now as Montana Mike Manifold in the number 95 up above the white line, so not the kind of start he was hoping for, and he's settling in towards the back of the field. But right at the front of the field right now, Ken Like III in number 61. This has been a banner night for him as the yellow flag does indeed come out.
Montana Mike hit the big sky country in turn 3. banging into the barrier and bringing out the caution. So he was an equal opportunity collision car as he hit the wall in turn 2 and then banged the barrier in turn 3.
So the guy from the Big Sky country is going to bring the 99 down. They had a deal on green and yellow paint over there in Rhode Island. Going to make the way out of turn number 4 back to the restart line. And Danny Blake looks him over. Green flag right on time as Ken Like makes the jump into 61.
But keep an eye on Jeff Miller in car number 54 as he is on the attack against Brad James in car number 15. Smokin' Joe started to go to work in car number 20. He has moved 1 notch ahead of Tim Jordan.
So Tim Jordan trying to make his run to the front. He is currently seated at the top of the point standings for the mini stock division and trying to capitalize on that, but he's got a lot of folks to pass. And Ken Like seems to have a terrific car here tonight. Looks like his program is in order.
But look at the 15 of Brad James as he is all over him like confetti at a ticker tape parade. And now Darmstadt in trouble as he backs into the wall. So Dan Darmstadt brings out the yellow. Chuck Rogers also involved along with the 64 of Thomas Smith. So 3 cars get together, and getting the worst of it that time was Dan Darmstadt. But some good reaction by the veteran driver as the damage on that car was minimal.
As Thomas Smith pulls back out onto the speedway into number 64, the accident car will join the field at the back, and they'll be making the way towards the restart line. Danny Blake with the green flag will set him in motion as they make the way down the straightaway. It's Ken Like on the inside, Brad James on the outside as they make the way out of turn number 2, headed down the back straightaway. Advantage goes to Like, making a move on the inside groove to try to battle it out for the second spot is Jeff Miller in the number 54.
As Jeff Miller has vapored his way underneath Brad James in an effort to take second place. So keep an eye on Miller as he is one of the brightest blips on the radar screen. That hole is being exploited by Tim Jordan. So Jordan, our point leader, has scooted into the number 3 position.
And looking for more as he liked that inside groove. It looked like a jet stream up there behind Ken Like as both Jeff Miller and Timmy Jordan took advantage of it. And here comes Glenn Colvin sticking to the inside of the track in the number 39. And of course he gets all the power he needs from GCR Motors, which he indeed builds.
Jordan's perseverance pays off as he moves into second as he got underneath the 54 Miller, and here comes Glenn Colvin as he bombards his way into third. We're going to have a challenge for the lead mark, Like on the bottom, and here comes Jordan boogieing down the straightaway.
And just by a nose, Ken Like holds on to the lead this time by, but Tim Jordan's working the outside groove. Glenn Colvin has decided to follow him to the top of the track, and it looks like to be the best decision he's made as he moves to the outside of the 61 of Ken Like. New leader this time by, it's Timmy Jordan.
And the new face in second place is Glenn Colvin, putting the pressure on Tim Jordan. Miller now in 5th and moving up through the ranks, a man who has won twice in 2004. Dave Sylvia has some giddy up in car number 88.
And the 88 on a mission. He's right behind Jeff Miller, working the back bumper. Can't get by him this part of the track, but watch out on the back straightaway. Let's see if he has the speed. Next time by, the cross flags will be indicated to the field as we're going to be halfway through our mini stock feature event.
Wood driver doing a good job trying to lead underneath Babalacco in the 20, and now falters back a bit is Rich Brooks. And here comes a wild man, Dan Field, having to maneuver his way through the pack, and he is perched on the back of Brooks's bumper.
So Richard Brooks trying to make his way up through the field. Of course, the laps starting to tick down. 9 laps showing this time by for our leader, Timmy Jordan. But he's getting quite a challenge from the 39 of Glenn Colvin.
Like smoothly in 3rd. Good battle shaping up for 4th and 5th. Miller has a spot. But lurking in the background is Dave Sylvia in car number 88. But our script stays the same at the front of the field. It is Jordan leading and following his every move. Almost all over him like a Secret Service agent is the car number 38 of Glenn Colvin.
So Glenn Colvin trying to find his spot for a pass. He may be waiting for the final 5 laps or so. This is a pretty savvy driver out there, the number 39. Plenty of experience here at the Waterford Speedbowl. Matt, this is one we'll take a look at real closely as the laps continue to count down.
Jeff Miller has faded through the pack, losing about 3 positions. So tonight, obviously not Miller's night. That enabled Sylvia to move up to 4th, but here comes Bill Leonard making a bold move on the bottom. So the 8 is doing some good things out there. Bill Leonard, as he tries to slam his way underneath Dave Sylvia. And Brooks now is on the outside.
So Richard Brooks taking advantage of that position out there, trying to stay with Sylvia on the outside. You can see them working the outside group, trying to get by Ken Like and Bill Leonard. Bill Leonard on the inside, and he's door to door for a moment with Dave Sylvia. Now it's going to be Richard Brooks taking that spot.
So that good battle deep in the pack as Like is being pestered by Leonard. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, they blister their way into turn 4. Jordan is still leading, but hanging on like a Christmas tree ornament. In second place, Glenn Colvin as they scramble across the stripe.
And talk about scrambling, it looked like Richard Brooks trying to get out of the way out there as we saw a couple cars lose their grip on the speedway. Richard went way up on the white line, and that's going to cost him some real estate out on the speedway as of course, young Timmy Jordan, the number 47, and Glenn Colvin still battling it out for first and second on the speedway. That first group of automobiles coming down the back straightaway, going by the Budweiser Racing sign. Coming into the turns 3 and 4. Our leaders out there in a battle all by themselves. We're looking back through the field. Third man on the speedway is the 88 of Dave Sylvia, getting by slower traffic, but all eyes will be on the front of the field. That's Timmy Jordan, the number 47. The number 39 is Glenn Colvin in the second spot on the speedway, trying to take over the spot from Timmy Jordan. Goes to the inside, looks to the inside, won't have the horsepower handling this time as the checkered flag flies. Third man across the stripe, that's Dave Sylvia. Bill Leonard, that will be the fourth finisher unofficially. And quite a terrific run out there. As we mentioned before, Matt Buckler headed down for our chat with our winner of this race, Tim Jordan. Of course, this won't be his first
win of the year for this talented driver, and we are going to have a quick word with him as soon as he removes his helmet. Well, Tim, Glenn Colvin did a good job. He was behind you for about the final 10 laps. What was the difference? Why were you able to hold him off?
Able to run the turns a little bit, but oh my God, it put on me big time in the turns. I was really nervous. The car was a little during the day. It was a lot better tonight, but Glenn had us covered. I just picked the right lanes, I guess, and I'm glad. And for that, for a really good run. Just all my sponsors, all my fans, everybody, thanks. Go to my website, TimmyJordan.com, and look at all the pictures from tonight. You get a kick out of it.
Well, there'll be some victory pictures on that website tomorrow. A great job for Timmy Jordan. Now our SK Modifieds come out to take center stage and to line up the field and to get us started and get us strapped in for what should be a great 35-lap SK Modified feature. Let's go to Mark Fish.
Colin Ferguson emphatically throwing the green out there and doing a great job.
Dennis Charette in a hurry already as he tries to blast his way underneath Ronnie Silk in car number 88. Tommy Fox is pulled away, but keep an eye on Don Fowler, who finished third last week, and he is contending with Ronnie Silk for the third position.
Well, one of the interesting things about Tommy Fox out there in the front, trouble has Fowler. The 2004 season, he probably figures the farther he is away from everybody else, the least that can happen. And he's out there with a very powerful race car right now, Matt, and in the lead.
Well, he is in his own dimension of trying to pace in the front of the field. Here comes Kurt Lenahan going to work on the bottom of Ron Uhas's number 6 car. So Lenahan is off to an explosive start, but right now they're all trying to keep their eyes on Tommy Fox.
And Ron Uhas Jr. in the number 6 trying to gain some ground on Silk, and he gets a little bit high out there and jumps up in front of an advancing Chris Pastriak in the number 5. That's a battle we're going to keep an eye on throughout this race. And Pastriak working the outside groove with Gata.
Eddie Reed on the bottom in car number 72. He is on the outside of the top 10 alongside Chris Pastriak's number 5 car. So will there be a three-peat winner? We'll see as Ed Reed tries to hammer his way through the field.
And as you can see, some great side-by-side racing back in the pack with the number 51 of Rob Janovic Jr. and Dennis Gator. They try to find some space to get towards the front of the field as we have a yellow flag out on the speedway. And it looks like Chris Druin in the 35 on the inside of the speedway. And Chris has also had his troubles during the 2004 season in that number 35 automobile out of Bristol, Connecticut.
Yeah, he and his father, Chris Druid Sr., working very hard to get that car straightened out, and they thought it was better tonight than last week was not an optical illusion, as Don Fowler led a good portion of last week's feature before settling for a third-place finish, and Don is running well again tonight.
So Don Fowler up in a nice position out there, striking distance up the front of the field. Ronnie Silk back with the number 88, and Kurt Lenahan having a nice run in the 08. And of course, this is something Tom Fox did not want to see at the front of the field, and that was a yellow flag coming out to slow down his rocket ride. Side Dennis Charette on the outside, coming back to the restart line. It is Tom Fox crossing the start-finish line, headed into turn number 1, and again, Tommy Fox seems to be the class of the field as he separates himself very quickly from Fowler and Charette.
Boy, rocket ride is a good way to describe it. He looks like John performance the field. In second, Fowler now takes a spot away from Charette. Ed Reed is really on a tear. Now on the outside of Pastriak, looking to get around the 01 of Glenn Billings.
And Dennis Gata, number 3, trying to find some running room out there, but everybody stacked up side by side from about third spot back. That's quite a battle going on out there between the number 80 and the number 1 of Charette. They're wheel to wheel as they come through turns number 2 down the back straightaway. Charette with the advantage on the outside groove.
But it's a slender advantage. Ronnie Silk hanging around in the 5th spot. Here comes Reed bouncing on the outside of Uhas. And I think Ed Reed might have the second fastest car in the race right now, outside of Tommy Fox.
No question about it. Reed on a charge, trying to make it 2 in a row, and the Mystic keeps it number 72. As we have a car going around out there.
I think that's Michael Gata in car number 21, bringing out the gold on lap number 10.
No, it looks more like the number 23.
Oh, Larry Ross.
Larry Ross.
Ben, who is an airline mechanic in car number 23, got crossed up in.
Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Coming back to the restart line. And Tom Fox on the restart. The A-Team sponsored number 47, a very fast automobile. Don Fowler had such a terrific run last week, a podium finish for that number 26 automobile, working the outside group once again.
He has the hop on the outside of Dennis Charette. It is Silk hanging on to the 4th spot, but a double barrel confrontation behind him. Glenn Billings into 01, and here comes the 08 of Kurt Lenahan. He has been a contender all night long, and Ed Reed not as quick, I don't think, Mark, as he was before that yellow flag came out. Maybe it will take him a few laps to get back to where he was.
He's got a good side paddle in front of him. Not a saddle. Between Uhas and Pastriak, who look like they want to split the difference and go around. 08 of Lenahan.
So right now, Dennis Charette all over Fowler like a saddle on a bucking bronco, but he can't lasso the number 26 car, who asserts himself in his second.
Well, Don Fowler, building on a good finish last week, head up into the second spot on the speedway, looking the outside groove. It is Chris Pastriak and Eddie Reed. A lot of times it's the outside looking in, but the setup on these cars seems to be very good. Glenn Billings gets a little inside coming out of turn number 4 and to save the other spot on the speedway.
Yeah, I was going to say, check out Chris Pastriak in car number 5, who is now in 5th place. It looks like the outside groove might be the way to go. At least Glenn Billings thinks so, as he puts some heat on Dennis Charette as they fight for 3rd place.
And the next time by, we're going to be halfway through our feature event for the SK Modifieds with Tom Fox dominating from the pole in the number 47 as we have another caution flag as the oldest rookie in the world out here, John Bergenti.
Yeah, the only rookie with an AARP card.
That's right. You can get into movies cheaper. And by all accounts, he's 61 years old, and or I should say years young.
Oh, I don't think he is that old, but
Side to side, trying to keep those Hoosier tires warm, the compound on it, of course the air inside the Hoosier tire. Better traction on the speedway as once again Josh comes back out onto the speedway, having his fair share of mechanical problems here tonight.
And Don Fowler's backup car number 26, a white car with red numbers. You can see it on Wednesday nights on Wild and Wacky Wednesday as part of our X-Modifieds. As we check in with Gary.
Well, Ronnie Uhas brought car number 6 in. The car is extremely tight. On that race car, they loosened them up. Also, Jeff Pearl, the 98 SK Modified champion, the driver of car number 71, he is also back in the paddock area as well. We'll check on that story.
Thanks a lot, Gary, as we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing, this time by Tommy Fox, Don Fowler at the front of the field. This should be quite a restart. Away and high. 26 within the outside group. As Matt said, that seems to be the place to be here tonight is the outside group, and a lot of these drivers very comfortable out there, as you can see. Fire in the number 3. That has been his home for 5 years, that outside group.
Well, in 6th place now is Ed Reed as he dances on top of the 5 car. Fowler cannot keep up with Tommy Fox. He pulls away by about a couple of car lengths. Here comes Ed Reed. He is going to dart alongside the one of Charette. Eddie Reed has a sense of urgency in car number 72.
Trying to ride the wave of momentum from last week, and it looks like he's making a move by Charette. Coming up on the outside group, he's coming up to
So that isn't easy to show that much power against Charette, but Reed was able to do it. 3 cars could fit under a hot dog wrapper. The 26 of Fowler, the 01 of Billings, and here comes the king of speed. Eddie Reed as a yellow comes out first.
So once again, the 35 of Chris Druin puts his car around. He's out there in the back straight away.
Boy, the sparks were flying for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Don Fowler, Glenn Billings, and Eddie Reed all body pierced together for that battle. So things are going to be interesting, and Tommy Fox is going to have to persevere with a restart against Don Fowler. And to bring us an update on what's happening in the paddock, let's go to Gary.
Well, the problem on Jeff Pearl's number 71 car, it's engine problems, and right
not worsen as we get ready to turn up the wick and get it restarted here at the bowl with 13 laps remaining.
And here they come back to green flag racing. Right on the restart in the first spot. Don Fowler contending on the outside. Here comes Eddie Reed, the number 72 on the outside groove right behind Fowler. But Glenn Billings, we haven't talked much about him. It's a rookie driver in the 2nd spot, wheel to wheel with Fowler.
A rookie with a lot of experience as he nudges ahead of the 26 of Fowler to take 2nd. Battle for 4th and 5th consisting of Charette and Ed Reed. And Pastriak is a factor in car number 5 as he pulls alongside Ronnie Silk in car number 88.
So Ronnie Silk having a nice run here tonight, the young driver out of Norwalk. As he tries to make his charge. But what look on the outside groove. We're keeping an eye on Pastriot, Gata, and of course Eddie Reed in that brightly colored number 72.
You saw Ed Reed falter a little bit as he fell behind Charette, and now he is pulled even again. Apparently it is taking Ed Reed a few laps to get that car up to speed. So he is hoping for green flags all the way because on restarts he has not been good. But it doesn't matter under any conditions tonight. Tom Fox has really done an outstanding job.
So Tommy Fox continues to lead this one, this time by only 7 laps left to go. SK Modified feature as Dennis Charette going around. He started to falter a little bit right in front of Ronnie Silk. Ronnie drove through it, and Charette managed to save the automobile, but not before headed down into the Green Acres with the number 1. It looks like he's going to pull that car into the scale area and out of competition for the moment.
So a little change,
including the X-Mods, the Geico Direct Super X cars, the X cars, and of course the Premier Division on Wednesday nights, the Legends cars. So your week starts on Wednesday. Speaking of starts, we're going to restart this one, and Tom Fox doing battle with Glenn Billy. He has a car that's very strong out there, according to his dad. Let's see how strong it is. Well, right now it looks like Tommy Fox is stronger of the two, but Glenn's still holding his own against a great veteran, Donnie Fowler.
Fowler nudges his way into second. Ed Reed makes a diagonal move to the bottom of the racetrack, looking for some momentum. Yellow is out again as one car is stranded in turn number 3.
Looks like Frank Mucciaro. Could be Frank.
Frank Mucciaro said he was getting that car to where he wanted it to be last week, and the engine let go. It was finally handling the way he had wanted it to, so they had fixed the engine, but he doesn't have the power in that car that he did earlier in the season.
Is going to have to take a look at the automobile, and not the happiest of campers. A tough break for Frank.
Frank, one of the nicest guys you ever will come across to in the SK Modified pit area, but right now a little speed bump has come to bite him. 6 laps from our finish. Glenn Billings hung in there as long as he could on that restart, but then Tom Fox inserted himself, and Glenn Billings actually lost second to Don Fowler. So this time it will be Fowler starting alongside of Fox again, at least as Fowler moves into second. And Eddie Reed will be on the outside of Billings, but Ed Reed, at least so far, he is having trouble getting that momentum on the restarts. It's taken him a handful of laps to get going. But when he does get that car going, it is at warp speed.
And of course, we're just about out of a handful of laps here with only 6 laps left to go on the Budweiser Racing scoreboard. And it looks like Frank exchanging pleasantries with the number 21 every time he goes by. So obviously he has something to do with recent melodies for the 98.
So we hope you'll join us on Wednesday.
General manager in one of the demo cars, Jim Reed, and are about ready to go back to green flag racing. Once again, the restart, this time with Tommy Fox and Don Fowler. On the outside, Eddie Reed back to the door in the number 72, trying to make his way to the front of the field as the laps continue to tick down on this one. Next time by, only 5 laps will be left to go. You see Billy Dunn waving his hand.
Tommy Fox has led every step of the way. Don Fowler in a fierce battle. These 2 cars Velcro together for second and third. Here comes Ed Reed making a late charge. Laps are running out, but Ed Reed is not giving up.
Fowler out there trying to get by. He can go wide, but he can't go quite that wide to get by as Lenahan. Looks like he's limping into the pit area.
Well, limping is the furthest thing from Tommy Fox's vocabulary, as he is leading by about 2 furlongs over Glenn Billings. Best run of the year for Billings, but Tommy Fox is trying to make it 9 straight different winners at the bowl.
And Tom Fox looks like he's going to the field by Billy Dunn. As Tom Fox out there all by himself. As you can see right now, running a terrific race out there is the 0-1 of Glenn Billings, currently showing the second spot with 1 lap left to go. It's Tom Fox with a victory here tonight at number 47. John Fowler, Chris Pastriak, that's your top four. Looks like last week's winner, Eddie Reed Jr., will end up in the 5th spot on the Speedway. As we conclude our SK Modified race, don't forget, folks, the
lucky number 47 tonight, Tim Jordan in the mini stocks. And now Uncle Tom has come through, our 9th different winner in the SK Modifieds this year, Tommy Fox. Tommy, you look like a dominant car. How easy was it tonight?
Well, it's usually pretty easy starting on the pole when you got a race car as good as this thing is. This thing is just phenomenal. The guys did a really good job. We didn't get any practice today. We had some steering problems. All in all, it was a great night.
Hey, that's a word from our winner tonight in car number 47, Tommy Fox. So our Bob Valente Automobile late models will be next. And to run down the field and to get us started, let's go back to the tower and Mark Fish.
Thanks a lot, Matt. Before I do much running down of anything, let's go to Gary Danko.
We're going to try to get a quick word from Eddie Reed Jr. He finished 4th tonight. Take us through that run.
Car was great. I mean, Mystic Pizza car was awesome tonight. Early on, we got Chuck in there on the outside, and I stuck behind a little bit of a roadblock up there for a while. Kind of used up the tires and didn't have anything left on the outside.
That's Eddie Reed Jr. He finishes 4th tonight, Mark.
So Eddie Reed Jr. using up the old Hoosier tires, trying to get to the front of the field. Just didn't have enough at the end. Right now, however, we've got the Bob Valente Automall late models headed out to the track. Brandon Clemens will be on the pole for this one in the 67. Brandon calls Uncasville, Connecticut home. Second starter will be Wayne Corey Jr. out of West Haven, Connecticut in the 17. Starting 3rd in the field, the 00 out of North Branford, Connecticut. That's Ernie Bertrand. The 4th starter is out of Colchester, Connecticut. His name is Jack Aquilina. Jack's driving the number 11. Our 5th starter drives car number 5, rookie competitor out of Deep River, Connecticut. That's Carl Erickson. The professor, Jay Stewart from Preston, Connecticut, will start 6th in the field and drive the 35. Mark St. Hilaire will start 7th in the field in the number 3. Mark Hales from Plainville. Our 8th starter and current point leader and defending champion in the Bob Valente Automall late model division, hails from Salem, Connecticut, driving car number 36. That's Corey Hutchings. Phil Ronda will drive the 31 and start 9th in the field. He's from Baltic. Your 10th starter is Ed Field from Deep River, Connecticut in the 7. Rookie competitor out of Ledger, Connecticut, Wayne Burrows Jr. will drive car number 20 and start 11th in the field. Chad Tremblay will start 12th, driving car number 12 out of Bethany, Connecticut. Dwayne Noah will be in the 2. He'll start 13th in the field. Dwayne has the Trumbull. And Alan Coates in the 90. He's from Ledger, Connecticut. He'll be on the outside of row number 7. Inside row number 8 is the number 6 of Larry Goss from North Windham, Connecticut. A rookie driver out of Ashaway, Rhode Island, drives car number 73, starting 16th in the field. That's Joe Perry. Richard Durante will drive the 77. He's from Quaker Hill. And rounding out your field, your 18th starter from Brentwood, New York, out on Long Island. It's the 41 of Michael Jerkowski. That's an ACT car. Shaking that car down. Michael called us, asked if he could come out, get the car ready for next week, and so he's driving in a feature event. With us here tonight, want to welcome him after making the trip across the Long Island Sound with the number 41. Just trying to get it dialed in, get some practice laps on the track. His first time here at the Speedbowl. Of course, he's going to be joined by the rest of the drivers in the American Canadian Tour next weekend here on Saturday night as Dodge presents the American Canadian Tour as part of our NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series.
But right now we're going to present the Bob Valente Automall late models. Always a very special event, and Billy Don turns it loose.
Just a little bit in the number 67. If you remember correctly, during his heat event, Brandon Clemens was a car on fire as he broke away from the rest of the field, drove one of the best races we've seen him drive of the season. He's been able to hit in the center team.
Ernie Bertrand is becoming an early contender as he fights his way into the number 3 positions. Keep an eye on Carl Erickson in car number 5 as he is holding off Jack Aquilina in the 11 as they dance around the 4th quarter.
And the car on the move is the USS Counterpart, number 3 of Mark St. Hilaire, as we have Edward Field going around out there in the number 7. And speaking of fields, he's in one right now out there between turns 1 and 2.
But he is able to extricate himself out of the grass and back onto the speedway. A couple guys look like they are on an early tear. Mark St. Hilaire in the 3, the 31 of Phil Rondo, and the 35, or the 36 of Corey Hutchings. Meanwhile, great battle for 3rd and 4th between Erickson and Bertrand.
Now either Joe Perry's got a problem with the 73 or he's reenacting a scene from James Bond film Goldfinger with a smoke screen out there. Looks like his car is about ready to head into the pit area.
Could indicate engine problems with the 73 car. St. Hilaire trying to nudge his way underneath Ernie Bertrand. Here comes St. Hilaire making a bold move on the bottom. Bertrand gets up high and sideways, giving St. Hilaire the room he needs.
Well, Bertrand, a great save out there as he got the 0-0 back going in the right direction. Mark St. Hilaire moving up towards the front of the field. And right now, Wayne Corey in the number 17. Looks like some of his mechanical
Corey Hutchings is on the move. Remember, he is driving with a cast on his right hand. He says on Monday he wants to get that cast kind of changed because it's hurting him on his driving ability. But right now, he is feeling no pain as he is hanging on the back bumper of Phil Rondo in car number 31.
Talk about two great veterans of the late model division, Phil Rondo and Corey Hutchings. Corey Hutchings, one of the drivers that people will be talking about years from now.
Mark St. Hilaire getting a bite underneath the 5 of Erickson. Here comes the 3 of St. Hilaire, and Erickson is able to hold him off. Phil Rondo making an action move on the bottom. So Phil Rondo, the last race for the late models, was dominated by car number 31, and he has not slowed down one bit this week.
It looks like Wayne Corey running away from the rest of the pack. He figures if trouble's going to find him, it's going to have to also chase him down.
Well, there's a 3-way trouble spot for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and down on the outside, Erickson trying to take that spot away from Brandon Clemens. So obviously what we saw in the heat race was not an optical illusion because Brandon Clemens, he really has that 67 car looking as good as it's been for the past 2 seasons.
And Brandon Clemens, of course, a couple years ago, the mini-stock champion, dominated that division, runaway, and basically wrapped it up, I think, in June of that year. And one of the type of driving talent he has, and looks like he's got a good first time all season.
Well, speaking of runaways, Wayne Corey Jr. is leading by about a $10 cab ride. We have trouble in the back. Crutchings is in the grass along with Rondo. And one car spinning, Jay Stewart, bringing out our first yellow of the race as 3 of the heavyweights got into a little predicament. Jay Stewart, Phil Rondo, Corey Hutchings had to go on the grass to avoid the incident. As we check in with the paddock report from Gary Danko.
Well, I'm with Glenn Billings, career best in our SK Modified race tonight. Of course, he drives car number 01. Tell us about that great second place finish tonight.
It was an awesome race. My dad set up the car perfect. Don ran me real clean. We had a little fun bumping and grinding, but everything.
A yellow flag coming out. 17 laps showing on the scoreboard. Could be an omen.
Wade Corey has really had his headache so far in 2004, but he has been the fastest car as we crank it up. 17 laps to go.
This is a guy, once the car is set up, a very talented driver. He kind of goes in streaks, one of the streak drivers that you see out here. Right now, he's streaking down the front of the pursuit.
St. Hilaire has finally got past Brandon Clemens to infiltrate 3rd place as there is that new car of Jerkowski stranded in the middle of turns 3 and 4. It's been a long time since Mike Jerkowski has been to the Waterford Speedbowl. I guess he told me he used to run in the Strictly stocks maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and he's competed at Flemington Raceway in New Jersey for the last couple years. He's been inside a truck at the Riverhead Raceway, so he's been around and a lot of experience for the driver of car number 41.
So he'll join the pack at the back as 16 laps showing on the Budweiser Racing scoreboard. Of course, it means
some confidence in the paddock area. We'll see what happens on the track. Corey in car number 17 on the bottom, and Carl Erickson, a driver who seems to get faster every week on the restart.
And Carl Erickson on the high side of the speedway, trying to find some running room around Wayne Corey. Mark St. Hilaire all by himself in the number 3 spot in car number 3. Great battle between the 36 of Corey Hutchings, and on the outside groove, that's Brandon Clemens having the run of the season here tonight.
But the defending champion, Corey Hutchings, has invaded the top 5. And now St. Hilaire giving Erickson all he can handle in the battle for second and third. Slight contact as they went into the corner. And coming away with second is St. Hilaire, and a problem for Erickson as he made contact with Clemens, knocking both of them off the pace.
Yeah, both cars going side to side out there, and that's going to lose a lot of ground to Mark St. Hilaire and Corey Hutchings, and that's usually all it takes for those two to head towards the front of the field. Wayne Corey out there all by himself once again, but the gap that he had before has diminished. A lot of that due to the yellow flags, and of course both cars coming in for St. Hilaire and Corey Hutchings at this point in the race.
Chad Trombley, good night for him in 6th. Larry Goss has moved into 7th, but nobody is catching Wayne Corey as he continues to be in his own galaxy at the front of the field. Yellow out. And a car is stranded in the turn 3 area, so car maroon there, and we have another yellow flag.
Those at the Crystal Mall, you can buy them right here at the Waterford Speedbowl or order them online at speedbowl.com.
It is going to be a mind-boggling demonstration of carnage as we get ready to restart. Good start for St. Hilaire. Battle for the lead between Corey and St. Hilaire.
Well, he said the car was fast between 1 and 2, and it seems to be the case as he is staying with a car that nobody was touching before, and that was Wayne Corey. Of course, he's getting a touch now for Corey Hutchings on the back bumper. Corey trying to get some running room in the number 36. Looks like he has a full head of steam.
Speaking of full head of steam, look at St. Hilaire on the outside groove. Corey trying to hang in there, but here is St. Hilaire. He will take the lead with 10 laps to go.
So the USF Chatterpot number 3 out there on the outside groove. He was fast through 1 and 2, and that seems to be the case again as he works that outside groove. That car is hooked up. Wayne Corey doing a great job to maintain just a second spot, because breathing down his neck is our points leader and defending champion, and once again the All-Star International car of Corey Hutchings.
Well, St. Hilaire isn't doing a bad job between turns 3 and 4 either, as they thunder their way across the stripe. It is still St. Hilaire leading, Corey in second, and hanging on in third like a pair of dice over his rearview mirror. That's Corey Hutchings. And Chad Trombley and Jay Stewart has also moved up into the upper echelon.
I was about to say that Chad Trombley having a great run here tonight in the Sperry Enterprises number 12, and got a great battle going on out there. It's the top 3 are going away in a battle royale.
Well, the top 3 cars could fit inside a hula hoop. Here is Wayne Corey, and he came close. Yellow's out. St. Hilaire still have the lead, and Carl Erickson is trapped in turn 4, bringing out the yellow with 7 laps to go. And what a spine-tingling battle between Corey, between St. Hilaire, between Corey Hutchings. If you want to know who the leader is, it just all depends on what part of the track you check them out on, because they've been changing the lead back and forth. It's like he doesn't need that big of a door. As we get ready for a restart, Corey and St. Hilaire ready to tee it up again.
2 great drivers out there at the front of the field, Wayne Corey and Mark St. Hilaire, each with his share of victories here at the Waterford Speedbowl. Mark St. Hilaire working the outside. He has that number 3 really geared up, and so does Corey. finally putting the mechanical problems behind him, and this time he will take the lead across the stripe.
So Wayne Corey has persevered. Here comes St. Hilaire trying to retaliate. Hutchings behind him, and Jay Stewart has moved into 4th place. The Professor is on a roll.
So here's a nice side-by-side battle between Corey Hutchings and Mark St. Hilaire. Mark St. Hilaire on the outside, Corey Hutchings on the inside. Both of them chasing Wayne Corey, and he couldn't enjoy it more because as they're racing each other, he's getting some separation.
Yeah, they'll forget about car number 17. Jay Stewart is hooked up at car number 35. And Wayne Corey leading by fingernails over the combination of Hutchings and St. Hilaire.
This beautiful run for Wayne Corey, but now the battle for second on the speedway really heating up. Great run for Ernie Bertrand, too, in that 0-0. He has also had his fair share of problems. He's having a nice run here tonight, currently shown in the 5th spot, battling it out with the driver of the 12, Ted Bromley. 2 laps left to go, shown to the field, and on our scoreboard for Wayne Corey. Can he hold off the charge of these 2 great veteran drivers battling behind him? Next time by, the white Sokol Fly in the hands of Billy Dunn as Corey Hutchings now inserting himself in the number 36, trying to make a final run at Wayne Corey. Will he have the horsepower? Doesn't look like he's going to have the horsepower or the handling to beat young Wayne Corey tonight. As Corey will take the win. Corey Hutchings second, Mark St. Hilaire third, and of course Jay Stewart fourth. Fifth spot to the 0 of Ernie Bertrand unofficially. Of course, Matt Buckler will be heading trackside. Talk to our winner, and I'm sure a very exuberant Wayne Corey. It's been a tough season for this young man. He's never lost his spirit or a smile. You walk through the pits, he's always 7, so make sure you bring the kids on out for our family fun night next weekend. Wayne Corey now out there with Matt Buckler. How about it, Matt?
Pulling into the start-finish line. What a run tonight for Wayne Corey Jr. Wayne, Mark St. Hilaire actually took the lead from you with about 10 laps to go. What did you do tonight to get it back?
I just tried to keep the car for me in bottom line. I knew just trying to hit your marks and not let everybody who helped me out. We've really struggled this season. We're like 12th in the points, and who comes and watches.
Well, it was a great run. One of the most exciting late model races of the year. And the man who won it when it was all said and done, Wayne Corey Jr. So that's the story from the start-finish line. Wayne Corey will be heading to Town Fair Tire Victory Lane, and he really deserves this one. A great run for Wayne Corey. Mark, we have a very happy driver aboard car number 17.
No question about it, and Wayne will be headed back to the paddock and congratulating his crew, I'm sure, after they've taken their time in the Town Fair Tire Victory Lane. And speaking of taking some time, we're going to take about a 5 to 10 minute intermission, check the track out, make sure everything's okay. Number 18, right next to him, Joe Curioso, had a great run in his qualifying round. He'll start second and drive car number 38.
The third starting position will belong to car number 52, driven by Al Stone III of New Haven. By his side, the 0 of Dan Darmstadt from Westbrook, Connecticut.
Next in line at car number 7 to keep rocking as we're going to green flag racing. And we'll try to fill you in on who's who as this race commences. So out in front very, very early is that number 18 of Phil Smith. He was a dominant driver in this qualifying round.
You know, the last time Phil Smith won a feature here at the Speedbowl, he started on the pole, and a 3-car fracas. Ed Clark is in the dirt. Hollinger is in trouble. Oldham also involved, and that's just at the start-finish line. We also have Fracas in turns 1 and 2, where Pete Brockett is one of the cars involved.
Billy Gertch involved in car number 83. And so cars all over the place out there.
Well, I think
that's Ed Gertch in the 83.
Red car. Ed, first of all, are you okay? Tell us what happened.
Yeah, I'm a little sore, but that bang in the wall was pretty rough. But the second hit, when somebody hit me in the tail, that would hurt my back a little bit. We'll get it fixed up.
That's Ed Clark. That's his car down here in the paddock area, guys.
Thanks a lot, Gary. And we're back to Green Flag Racing as once again Phil Smith asserting himself out there. But now joining the chase is Roger Perry out of Ashaway, Rhode Island, in the number 36. He's looking to the inside, trying to take the lead away from Phil. It's not going to happen this time.
Dan Darnstadt making a good move under Al Stone the third. They continue to throw sparks at the front of the field. And by a schnoz, it's Phil Smith, but Roger Perry is not disappearing.
Roger Perry, as a matter of fact, appearing at the start-finish line in front of Phil Smith. Driving the number 36, Roger Perry has had a terrific season in that car as he hurdles down the back straightaway in the number 36. As you mentioned before, Dan Darnstadt has been doing double duty here tonight in the 0, holding on to the third for the moment.
He got a little sideways in the corner, however. That enabled Sean Curtis to go to work. And now Curtis attacking on the outside groove. Those two runners tangled up together, but it's Curtis moving into third.
So Sean Curtis having a great run, possibly the run of his 2004 season. Tonight his son celebrating his birthday. And holding on to that all by himself in third in front of Dan Darnstadt. As they make their way around the Waterford Speedbowl, it's still Roger Perry trying for the win here tonight in the 36.
Dave Zemke is pulled away into 5th place ahead of Mark LaJoy. Keith Rocco nailing down the 7th position with Dwayne Conant in 8th. And Jim Procaccini is on the grass in the backstretch. And he gets back onto the track, but he is many positions down.
Procaccini getting to 79 cranked up, as you say. He's got a long way to go. Only 13 laps to get there. As Roger Perry eating up the real estate here in the number 36 as the green flag continues to fly.
So, freewheeling at the front of the field is Roger Perry. Phil Smith hanging tough in second. Dave Zemke has come to life. He is on the outside of Dan Darnstadt. That's a battle for 4th and 5th. And here comes the missile known as Dave Zemke as he torches his way into 4th place.
Now Dave Zemke all year has been a very consistent runner in car number 17, and he's continuing that trend here tonight. Next time by, ladies and gentlemen, we will be halfway through our Sportsman feature event as signaled by Billy Dunn, and it's signaled to our leader, Roger Perry.
But a great battle for second and third as Curtis has a spot, but hanging on like a pinky ring. In 3rd place is Phil Smith. And here comes the 17 of Zemke. He has done a very formidable job as he has 4th place ahead of Mark LaJoy.
So Mark LaJoy having a great run as the number 24 of Ron Oldham takes the real inside of the track. In fact, he was down in the grass, managed to get back on there. But again, he's got a long way to go as he tries to catch our leader, who is on the rails, and that's Roger Perry.
Yeah, he's leading by about 3 furlongs over the 42 of Curtis. And the best battle on the track now is deep in the pack as Bill McNeil is trying to hold off the fast-charging Norm Root Jr. Norm Root always seems to be in contention, and that car number 80 is starting to boogie down the front straightaway, almost scraped the wall.
And so he's using all the asphalt here, Norm Root Jr.
And maybe some of the metal on the barrier.
No question about it. Roger Perry with quite a run out here as he's about to put a lap on Kurt Mullinger's number 9, using that groove around Mullinger. And Sean Curtis in the number 42 really asserting himself out here tonight. He is in the 2nd spot on the speedway, and it seems to me like he's gaining ground on Roger Perry each and every lap.
Well, this is his best opportunity, hoping that Perry gets bogged down trying to thread his way through lap traffic. but definitely the 42 has increased his speed, and things might be getting very interesting in 4 laps.
No question about it, as they're coming up on Jim Procaccini in the number 79. And Jim not relinquishing the groove out there. As you see number 24, who's basically been running the inside underneath the white line. He's actually running a quarter mile.
And it is Sean Curtis continues to gobble away at the lead by Roger Perry. So Perry, one time, had a pretty substantial lead, and what looked like a cakewalk is turned into a cliffhanger with 2 laps to go.
And so now it's drama time for Roger Perry as he tries to hold on, as we see Phil Smith getting a little bit sideways. He makes contact with the number 4 of LaJoy back there, as Perry and Sean Curtis out there all by themselves. That's 1 and 2 respectively. As we come down to the stripe, the white flag will fly for Roger Perry from Ashaway, Rhode Island. And Roger trying to put one in the books here. He's been a tough competitor all season and trying to make his way to the winner's circle. Here he comes, 2 more turns to go for the number 36. Sean Curtis in hot pursuit's not going to catch him this time. Roger Perry's going to win it. Sean Curtis coming in second. The 3rd spot goes to LaJoy. 4th spot to Zemke. We have a car going around out there. 5th spot to Phil Smith, who led most of the early part of the race. Looks like Johnny Dittman spun his car around. So quite a finish for Roger Perry. He's going to make his way over the scales and make his way to the front straightaway and talk to Matt Buckler before heading.
So let's meet our winner of tonight's 20-lap Sportsman feature from Ashaway, Rhode Island, Roger Perry. And Roger, you were quick in qualifying, even quicker during the feature. What was the secret tonight? How was that car so awesome?
Larry's engineering gave me a new set of valve cover, valve springs and rockers, and that really helped put this thing to the front. Actually, things just kind of really went my way. I'm very proud of this car. We put a lot of work into it. It's finally starting to show. I want to dedicate this race to my wife. Her birthday is coming up, and Caitlin Gobb, who's out to visit us from Indiana. I want to thank you all very much.
And I don't know if you noticed, but the 42 of Sean Curtis was gaining on you. You had to drive a perfect race through lap traffic, or maybe the result could have been different.
I race with Sean any day. He's a clean driver.
Hey, that's our story here from the start-finish line. A great effort by the driver of car number 36, Roger Perry. Let's send it back upstairs to Mark Fish.
Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, a great night of racing here at the Waterford Speedbowl as Roger Perry collects his victory here tonight. And that's going to be a happy drive back to the ocean state of Rhode Island. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you coming out here tonight and taking part in USG night at the Waterford Speedbowl. Hope you enjoyed all the great racing action, including the exhibition by the Super Modifieds. We're hoping to have them back again real soon. Also, the NEMA Midgets on tap here tonight, and our NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series drivers. Big week of racing coming up. As we mentioned before, check out speedbowl.com for all the details. We'll see you on Wednesday night at Wild and Wacky Wednesday. And on behalf of the staff and management here at the Waterford Speedbowl, we want to wish you a safe trip home. Keep it on the asphalt. We'll see you again real soon.